It's Dr. Dewakar Goel here. I am a poet and a writer, what you can say as a advocate, bureaucrat, professor, and so many capacities I have got. But here my initiative and my endeavor is to talk about a book which I got from Refunding, where I am the advisory board member. They gave me this book out of so many books in their library. And first of all, the title Be Perfectly Imperfect, it attracted me. It made me to read this book. And see, so many books comes in all, and reading is my hobby also, but with so many jobs at hand, because I am international speaker on aviation, go to many countries, hardly get any time. But sometimes the best time is that when you go abroad, you have got 6-7 hours in the flight and a peaceful reading of a book. Now this book is by Vyoma Nupur. I could see first what the writer is. Writer is from US. And what I could see here and perceive by seeing overall reading of this book, she is a highly intellectual person and a person with a great innovation in her mind. And what she has written at the young age, it is really quite surprising. Because normally a person writes about such kind of things when he lived a life, and out of experiences it comes. And what makes me to review this book, when you see it has already been reviewed by such a high category people, somebody who is a Nobel Olympic gold medalist, somebody is a Swami Chaitanya and Kirti, and lot many people. And I'm really impressed. She's in US, but she is a God-fearing person, because first dedication comes to Goddess Durga. Now let us talk about the book. First chapter itself is very interesting, which says about courage to fail. Now, what is the motivation behind writing this book? What she has written in the foreword, it has come, courage to fail. Now, this is a very important thing because I also see, I'm a writer of over 25 books, which are there word over and in different languages, Malayalam, Tamil, you see in Bangla also, Urdu also, Hindi, English, of course. And I also believe what she says in the first chapter, courage to fail. Failures are very necessary in life, because a person who doesn't have the failure in life, he has not lived the life, and he can't be a good learner. And it is very important to love your failures. And what she has written, I must read it out. Certain things I feel like reading from this book. And you must see the book first. You see, this is a very attractive, I must compliment for the artist who has designed the book and this page also. Now, you see, when you see about the first chapter itself attracts you, the title, which really makes me to read. And of course, the forward, Swamiji has rightly said, and he has told about Osho. I'm a great fan of Osho, because what he says about different concepts of life, I could find Osho somewhere here and there in this book. I don't know whether the writer, whether the Vyoma Nupur has read or has heard Osho or not, but there are reflections in her writing about the philosophy of Osho. Now, courage to fail. You see, the last pair of what she writes, accepting life it happens, focusing on the present moment and following our heart too. The value of unknown experiences constitute true secret. Now, very catchy words. Unknown experiences. I don't know how she coined this word. The courage to fail, get up and try again. Within this resides the story of success. I fully agree with that. Now you see comes the next thing which really fascinated me and which makes me to think a lot, which says about the art of letting go, uncling, decent and religious. You see, I myself is the grandson of the first Indian civil surgeon, Rai Bahadur, Dr. Kedarnath Goel. He was the Indian Medical Service during First World War and a great friend of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. And some reflections of his poems which have been released by me really. And she has written this chapter with the unknown author. I think, I don't know why she has written unknown author. It looks like these are the words from Vyoma Nupur herself. There is a difference between goodbye and letting go. Very catching thing. Goodbye is I'll see you again when I'm ready to hold your hand and when you are ready to hold mine. Letting go is I will miss your hand. I realize it is not mine to hold and I'll never hold it again. Now, these are really thought-provoking things, what she has taken in the beginning of the chapter itself. Then one thing more, some of the chapters are so nice that you can't leave this book when it is in your hand. Now, she's in US. I don't know how much publisher is doing justice to make this book available across the world. But I feel that Vyoma should take some steps to see that book reading sessions are there in US in different states. Because many of my writer friends are there in US. And US is the best place for promoting a book. So she should visit many places, you see, and go for reading sessions. Now one chapter is unlearn everything, unlearn everything. Celebrate simplicity, abandon complexity. Very nice thing. Now what she is writing here, very nicely she has written, the life is not as complete as a circulation as we believe in it. It is what we make of it. If we are confined within the talons of stress, ego, scattered thoughts and desires, we get nothing of what we want. Very right. I really simply, I feel, I myself as a philosopher and all, I have no disagreement in this book with any of the chapters she has written, and this book is a learning experience. And I must appreciate the author, Vyoma, that she attained such a maturity at a young age that she could pinpoint certain things, unfolded things, which only comes when we walk on the earth for so long. Now, you see what she is writing. I'll try and experience every second of the present, thinking of only what I want to manifest in my future. As my thoughts start wandering, as they inevitably will, I will ruthlessly bring that back. And now, it's very important. The now, and this is useful for everyone to try. Especially if you are standing in a jungle this moment and the line is growing, advancing in your general directions, run in the now, because later might be tied in a too late. Very thought-provoking ideas. Now comes to the very important thing what APJ Abdul Kalam also says, and I also believe in that. One needs to dream in life, because dreams come true. And a person who is not dreaming, he cannot achieve the success in life. And I believe the dream should be, you see, impossible. Because impossible word meaning is I am possible. I'm not saying Napoleon Bonaparte has told what he is told, but I feel what she has written, the star of my dreams. And how she summarizes this particular chapter, it is only us who save up for the tomorrow that never arrives at our door. Black hair gets prepared and starts stinging to silver. The light of those hopeful eyes dims. I don't know how she could look after and how she could dream, how she could imagine the silver color hairs, because she's a young girl and coming up in the age, but she can perceive the ideas about the growing things. Now comes a very good chapter, you became what you think. It's really a wonderful thing what she has written, because I could see from her profile, she is a multifaceted person. Must be working for the corporate, and she's not a full-time writer. Because you see, there is a difference between a full-time writer who takes writing as a profession and a person who writes from the heart. Now here is the writer, Vyoma Nupur, who is writing from the heart. She is not thinking about that what is the future of this book is, what is the commercial angle of this book. She is focused on her thoughts. She is focused on a message what she wants to convey to the people at large across the world. And the basic objective is how to find peace, success, and a great amount of contentment in life. And what can be the parameters, what can be the different dimensions one needs to touch to achieve that particular contentment level. This is what the Swami Chaityananda has told, and this is what the Osho philosophy says about. You become what you think. Yes, I fully agree with her, and she summarizes our thoughts more than predetermined destiny shape our life experiences. So we should watch our thoughts, keenly, Venus from judgment, and see our word transform in their melodious resonance. Melodious resonance. Can you think about this word? What is melodious resonance in the context of the life? Really, heads to the writer. And she says the life is a cosmic game. And a very interesting thing, which is universal truth. In our life, you see, change is the only word which is permanent. No other word in the dictionary. You go to any dictionary of the word Oxford and all, you will find only one word which is permanent in nature, and that is change. And she has written in the chapter, commit to change. Now, how she says about this? If you do not write it, somewhere else will, and what someone else will decide what changes will come in your life. So change may be leap into the unknown. It should be the leap that I decide to take myself, not a handlock jump. I have to take because someone else pushed me unawares. Change, transform, triumph. Very nicely, 3 words she has masked. And now, what I should say? Everybody writes in the book about herself or about himself in the beginning of the book. But here is the writer with the difference. What she is writing, meet Vyoma. Very good thing. I am really fascinated to see this kind of introduction coming in the last. So she is giving a prominence to her writings. Not want the reader to get influenced by her profile, which is charismatic because she is a former journalist who has been writing for the newspapers and leading, you see, the Pioneer, Times of India and others. And you see, she expresses the commitment for writing books, articles, poetry. This is a self-love, laughter. And she grows up with a rich diet of fantasies to take legends of Indian mythology. She hosts her own radio broadcast and talk shows. My God, what kind of, you see, a great profile she has got. And she has rightly named this book Perfectly Imperfect. Now, what the meaning of this according to me? Be perfectly imperfect. Because unless and until you find yourself imperfect, you will not lead to perfection. So you need to know yourself. And this is what I have written in one of my books, Endless Travel, 3 love formula. The first love should be love yourself. And you can't love yourself unless and until you know yourself. So unless and until you feel you are imperfect, you can't go lead to a perfectionality. She interviews on the Perfectly Imperfect show. It is a guestly for authors. Actually, she must have got a great amount of interaction with the people who have worked for different kind of life. You see the architects and alchemists, marketeers, CEOs, renowned life coaches, meditators, artists, experts. My God, the end number of people. She has increased her, you see, the knowledge level, my interaction with these kind of people across the world, which made her to make her own philosophy. She is a master degree in business administration and from New Jersey, and then again a master degree in international relations from GNU. Now GNU must have given her a new look about philosophy, a great amount of influence of Marxist, because Marxist is a different philosophy, and I really feel today that people don't know what the communists are, or what communism really is. But I think there is some kind of communist still remains with Vyoma Nupur. I could find in this book, and it must be the great amount of influence of her journey of life in GNU. Then she did a postgraduate diploma in journalism, that too from the Times School of Journalism. Her day encompasses working in corporate entities. She lives with her husband in Virginia. It's an environment where it is easy to communicate with the nature. So she is with the nature, and she is there with the Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Quora, and so many things. And lastly, I would say, seeing the photograph at the back of this book, you can see she has got a speaking face. You can find, you see her eyes speaks, and more so you can relate with these writings. So as a reviewer, as a reader, first of all, I'll recommend this book. for all of you who wants to find good meanings of life and different, difficult words which come to our mind. So happy reading. Thank you, Vyoma, that this book is in my hand, and I hope to have good interaction with you for your coming books. Thank you.